Hey, you might be the only one here today.
Hey Sarah, how's it going?
Well, it is Black Friday. I'm so impressed that you show up. I'm like, Darian, you don't have
You know what? No, it's like I learned so much on these calls. Like,
to.
yeah, I don't want to miss them.
I
Like
was
that
gonna say,
exercise last week was so good.
I'm so
With the
glad. I
yeah,
love
I
them
took the
too.
transcript and actually turned it into like a Chat GPT
Oh, smart.
thing. So now, like, I throw that in there and it'll ask me the questions. And if I type an answer and it's like that's not good enough, like go deeper.
Jeez,
Yeah,
chat, go deeper. Yeah, it's always so interesting. And I knew this would happen around Black Friday. That's why I'm like, to everybody who's not here, who's watching the recording, hi. But also, feel if you guys can't make it, it's totally fine. We can like continue scheduling this out. But I was super excited because again, it's so funny in school. I see you guys want to learn about very specific things, and I have tons of people come in and answer the polls, and then everybody gets busy and they can't show up to the call. And I'm like, I feel bad. Do you guys care that you just learn on a recording? I guess people don't care. It's fine. Anyways, you might be the only one here. We might wait for a couple more minutes, but
no worries.
okay. So we have 3 different things we're going to talk about today. How to design decision ecosystem. So landing pages, emails. Do you do a lot of landing page stuff?
Landing pages we do, yeah, mostly like clients will have their own PDPs and then we'll have to try and help them fix them or ask them to build advertorial pages and stuff like that. But yeah.
I didn't know if you had access because some of these like media buyers, creative strategists, they only do the ads. They have no control over what happens on the landing page side. So I was like, this might be.
We kind of have to because like
you
you get the best ads in the world and like a shitty page you're sending it to and it's never going to work. And so we're going to lose that child. So like we just have to figure that out. Yeah.
Hi, Mackenzie. I think we have more people coming in. Yay. We have all the note takers. Please bring in your note takers. If you can't make it, bring in your note taker. And then you can at least watch the recording later. Okay, so that I love. Especially if anybody who's watching these recordings or doing stuff today, if you guys don't have access to the landing pages that you're sending your ads to, please ask whoever is in charge, get me access to that so I can at least try and create some congruency between the two because it's critical. Okay, so that was the first one. We're going to talk about how to design decision ecosystems the right way, because I think this is kind of critical. Why some products scale only when you promote the world around them and not the item itself. This came from, I was doing a deep dive for a brand the other day on Lacoste. Do you know that brand?
Yeah.
Freaking love Lacoste. That brand, there's a couple other ones that's like, how does this brand even do like sell stuff? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Promoting the world, I think I might keep that one for next week because that one I'm like super interested in. And then
it's kind of like Abercrombie and Fitch, I guess, is probably a similar brand to that.
Yes, Abercrombie's big on that one. These like up until recently, like Jaguar.
Yeah.
Some of these, bigger brands that are like, how in the hell do you scale something like this and make it so that people want it without actually having to promote the product? Because the product is good, but there's a lot of other good options too. Yeah. Okay, we might save that one because that was a good one too. And then last one was how to teach your team how to become hyper aware of your customers' deeper needs. Leonardo, I will get back to this one for you because, that's a good topic too. Today, though, we are going to talk about how to design decision ecosystems, landing pages in particular, and doing it the right way. So I'm actually going to bring up some pages and we're going to do a breakdown today because I'm pretty excited about this. So to start, because of like the way landing pages work, I mean, you guys might have seen something different. I have never seen a best practice for landing pages. Like every time somebody asks me, which way should we lay this out? Hero image and then buy box or like testimonials, logos, which one comes in what sequence? In my experience, it has nothing to do with the sequence, which is like the only time Sarah's going to say this because I'm big on messaging sequencing. Landing pages are really interesting though, because I think everything in marketing really does come down to kind of like choice architecture because people are trying to figure out, is this particular product, landing page, email, whatever it is this something I should actually expend energy on? So I have my notes over here so I don't like lose track of what we're doing. But today, I don't know that I want to go super deep into tactics. I kind of want to go through how humans make decisions because that's their stick, but also because it's pretty critical when we look at landing pages and how these are laid out. So every journey, I think, especially on the user side, when they're looking at like landing pages or trying to figure out whether or not they want to buy this product, is made of all these teeny tiny, very subconscious yes, no decisions. Almost every brand I've ever worked with comes in here and says, it really just depends on the offer and the CTA. And I disagree with that. Mostly because there's a lot of decisions that have to be made on these pages by the brain before you even get to the CTA, right? So simple things like, what is this? That's a decision the brain has to make, right? And it doesn't matter whether it's these guys or these guys or these guys. We have to decide every single time we land on a landing page, what the heck is it? Second, we always have to decide, is it for me? Me in particular, Sarah, right? Or Becky or Kate or whoever it is, right? Is this product something that I align with as a person? Third thing that people are looking at is, do I trust it? Do I trust it? And I always find this interesting because people assume that comes down to these right here, just like social proof, and that's it. Maybe a little bit of authority proof. Their trust is built in many, many different ways, but it's kind of critical for what people are actually looking at and why they make their decisions. And then last on here, should I keep going, is probably about the fourth one that people are really focused on. So most funnels then, based upon how the brain is making decisions off of these four different things, most funnels are actually breaking way before the CTA. They're breaking in all of these little micro decisions that people are making way before they even get to the buy box. So upstream.
Well, that's happening subconsciously too.
Yes,
though, right?
subconsciously. Yeah. People don't know that they're thinking, is this for me? What is this? It's happening in rapid fire within about 10 seconds after sitting on this page for a little bit. This is the reason why you'll find bounce rates are so incredibly high on pages that are very complex, pages that are not like explicit, or pages that like have a hard time communicating. This is something that Sarah struggles with constantly, because how do you explain what I do, Darian? How do you explain what Sarah does? Like, it's hard to come in here and be like,
especially to like a cold user that, like you're trying to educate as well. Like someone that's seen your tweets and stuff would know, but yeah.
So this is the reason why I have a much easier time warming people up over the course of maybe a year to 2 years. Easy to come in because you'll see, okay, you just get more of what Sarah's been posting outside of there, and that's this is great.
Did you see that Alex Hormozy video the other day where he was in front of a crowd and he's like, who here just found out about me last month? And like no one put their hands up. And it's like, who here found out about me 6 months ago? And no one put their hands up. And it's like, who here's 2 years plus? And then everybody put their hands up.
Yes. I can't tell you how much I love that, because I worked with a brand probably last week sometime on a sales call. And I was explaining, your customers probably have at least a 9 to 12 month lead time before they actually interact with you in any sort of sales way. And he was very adamant. He was like, no, we've checked this on our post-purchase surveys. People usually come in about, 2 to 3 months, sometimes less. Sometimes it's like 6 weeks. I was like, no, no. I mean, you could continue to believe that if you really want to. But I mean, in my experience, most of this type of stuff, it takes so long for people to understand the product, attach to it, get used to it, and really start to like you as a brand before they, before they do it. So 100%. Okay. So I, of course, came up with models because I'm like big on frameworks. So I have kind of a decision ecosystem, sort of a model here that basically will walk us through on these 3 pages what we need to look at from a marketing standpoint to get people through all these little micro decisions that they're making that is going to become a struggle. So this kind of works in a decent flow every single time for every single page. So anytime you're developing, first thing you want to look at is perception, right? So we need to help people understand what it is. That's the very first thing you look at. When people land on this page, are they going to know what it is? And we're going to go through this in just a second. But after perception, we need orientation. So we need to help people figure out, are you at the right step of your journey? And this, I personally believe, comes down to which type of page you're working on. So for some people, landing on a PDP, product page, whatever it is, that might be too far into their journey. So people will talk about this all the time. Well, sometimes we send people to the category page and they convert a lot faster. Well, that's because they were at a different stage of like where they were in their journey and they weren't ready to come in here yet. So it's possible that category page made it simpler for them to figure out which one is the right product for them. I digress. So perception really comes down to, do we know what this is? Orientation comes down to, am I in the right spot? Selection comes down to, what's the next obvious thing? What should I do next, right? Commitment is a piece of this that I think is going to be really interesting to walk through, because this comes down to like, where in here does the risk disappear? What's the one thing in here that I'm like, oh, yep, that's okay. Now I trust this. I can go move forward with this. And then last one, obviously, is reinforcement. So when do they start feeling smart for acting on this? So there's 5 different checkpoints that I usually go through just to double check and see, is this page even like psychologically well suited to this person before we start to look at where should we put the testimonials and where should we put this, where should we put that. So we're going to list through each one of these because I think it's going to be super interesting. Let me come down here. Okay, there's my list. Okay, so for these guys, this is for Flo. Oh, positive health is really interesting because Flo has been like a, I don't even know what you'd call it. Like a bestseller product. It seems like their mainstay product, and then they kind of expanded out from here. So I chose this one specifically because I was like, this product should have a very well set up page. So we're going to go through, and Darian, since you're the only one in here, you're going to have to be like, get it big on this one. First thing, can you tell what it is? That should be
like the headline there, like PMS relief vitamins, kind of
Perfect.
already tells you what problem it solves, and it's got like a health vibe to it already.
Yeah. So they're doing a great job, honestly, with this first one of just like, I can tell what it is immediately. I know what category to put it in mentally. Second, on orientation, where are they? If you landed on this page, would you know what this page is for?
As in, like, so I can buy the product, or is that what you mean?
I mean, maybe. What do you think the page is for?
Well, I mean, okay, it's definitely a product page, but like at the top of the page, it doesn't look like that. It looks like it could be, like an advertorial or like a blog post or something.
Yeah, it might be an education piece, especially at the start of this, because I mean, even if I scroll down, I still haven't seen any way to like interact with this. Are you just teaching me something? Once I get to here, now I'm like, oh, it's a PDP, it's a product page. I get it. And everything else in here is a sales page, except for some of this down here is more sort of an entertainment, like education style. But for the most part, the whole page underneath that hero image is all like purchasing. So I don't know. I'd give them probably a 3 out of 5 here, maybe a 4 out of 5 for orientation, because like people will eventually figure out where they are.
I see what you're saying. Like, it is confusing because it's like it's not super clear.
Not super clear at all. So not bad, could be a little better. When it comes to selection, can you tell what you're supposed to do next?
I mean, they have the shop buttons on every section. So
can you tell what you're supposed to do, like, just next?
Not really. I guess not. Like, it's
Look at all this. Look at all the
like,
stuff.
Am I here to learn more? Am I here to like make the purchase?
Yes. This is one thing I noticed. I'm like, oh my God, look at how many things you can click. Do I go back to the menu? Am I supposed to open up all these things? Like, oh my gosh, should I shop other things? This is like a big issue that I see with landing pages is there's no direction towards what am I supposed to do right now, right this next second? Because you shouldn't leave it up to me, the consumer. Because at this point, I've got so many different things that I could click on that I'm going to get lost in here.
Yeah, and distracted by these other products too.
Yes. And then I'm eventually probably going to dip out because it's too much. Like, I don't have time for this. I really only had 5 minutes to decide if I wanted this or not. And you're asking me to like learn about basically your entire business on one page. No offense to that. Flo, you guys are very good at what you do. But I see this a lot where it's too much. It's way too many. So selection wise, I can't tell what's the very next move here because we've got way too much going on. Commitment wise, so when does like risk disappear? This one was tougher for me because risk is subjective. So when you're trying to build like good landing pages, good processes, if you're trying to evaluate risk, we have to know what's risky. And 2 seconds, my dog is driving me crazy. Come on. There you go. I know. So yes. So for your customers, this might take a little bit of like, we need to do some digging, get some surveys, talk to some customers, and figure out specifically what is it that they don't like to risk, right? Is it a future sense, meaning I need to put my guarantee somewhere up here? Because I don't see a guarantee almost anywhere on here. Wow, not even around the buy box. Do we have any guarantees?
Let's say something up there. There's 30-day money back guarantee there.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Small guarantee.
There was something up above that was like, less than 3% return this product. Very small. But
that's very small, yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad though. At least there's 2 spots in here that we have some sort of a guarantee.
Yeah. And they
Benefits
put that
of
right
usage.
next to the add to cart button.
Yeah.
So,
This is good too. This is something I don't see very often. Is this for you? Okay, so this is a better guarantee. This is qualification of self, right? So
Mhm.
you check any of these boxes. If you experience this is probably going to work for you. I love this. I wish more people would do this at the top of their landing pages. That's some
Yeah.
good psychology right there. So up at the top, I don't see many guarantees, but I understand they're trying to get people to scroll to get down here. So we've got a little bit of like risk reduction here. We've got risk
Would you say with that
reduction
page,
here.
like having all that stuff like in quite small fonts is a issue?
Fonts is tough because it depends on who their core market is. If they're going after somebody younger, doesn't bother me too much. If it's an older person, which typically these are PMS pills, you're probably not going for somebody over the age of like 55, right?
Yeah.
It's probably fine. It'd be
Yeah.
interesting though. I have seen quite a few brands test this and just increase their font sizes and drastic changes.
Even
in
stuff like that
conversion rate.
3% return rate, like,
Yep.
is very small.
Yep.
I just assume most people would miss that.
Yeah. Most people probably will. The toughest
Yeah.
part is like your subconscious will read it. It'll be able to
Yeah.
see it. Even if you're skimming, it'll see this as something that it should probably know. However, I think you're probably right. If you're going to use these, one of the best ways I've seen to use any sort of guarantees is with symbols. I'd rather see them with symbols than just like written out with words. Obviously, I don't have any data on this particular page, so we'd have to double check and see with Flo. Like, how did this convert for you? But in general, as soon as you get past the hero image, they're doing a pretty good job, honestly. That's 1, 2, we've got 3, 4, we've got lots of risk reduction in here. So not bad, not bad. Okay, so last one that we want to look at here is reinforcement. So does this feel like a smart choice for people to purchase? They've got like so much proof in here of ingredients, the science behind it. This is the only time that I'm like, I see why they're doing a lot of this like extreme amounts of content on their page, because they're trying to push forward and proof. So for the most, oh my gosh, see, and they got like a totally different offer on the same exact page.
Yeah. Even up above, there was like all these options to like add things on, which I would imagine would make it harder to convert, because now you're making me choose, like, do I need these other things too? Like, am I going to be you feel stupid if I didn't buy them when I bought this?
100%.
Like, they missed out on that discount.
I know. And save with bundle, like they've got so many options for different things. Yeah. Okay, so for Flo, perception, what is this? I'd probably give them, like I said, 4 out of 5. We already know what it is. 5 out of 5, probably. Okay, quick question from Mackenzie. Should the upsells be in the cart? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Do it the way Amazon does it. That sounds bad. But like Amazon has teams of scientists that study these things. That's why their ecosystem looks the way it does. I'd rather see these in the cart. That's okay. You're good. You're good. If you have questions, please put them in the comments, because yes, we'll keep going through this. But yeah, for that particular piece of it, I might want to see these add-ons in the cart. Easy add-ons that would make logical sense for what they purchased. So I mean, they're doing PMS, but like not everybody struggles with this, with PMS things. This might be a little closer. Cycle support rather than just like pH balance stuff. This is tough too, because I don't know if anybody's interested in this. They might be, but without getting some data beforehand through a quiz or like a funnel of some sort, I don't know. So I mean, I don't know. And this is Sarah's personal preference. I don't like to recommend things to people if I'm not sure they're going to want it, because for shoppers, it's more irritating than anything else. And they just ignore it.
Seems like salesy.
Yep, salesy. Yep. So, okay, perception. Okay, orientation. They know exactly what they're supposed to do after they get past that hero page. Not great selection. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do on this page. Yep. The very next thing is like, am I supposed to select here?
Yeah, even that, like how many bottles a month? Like, I don't know. You tell me.
I know. You tell me.
Yeah.
Like, how many am I supposed? How many are in? Okay, 30 are in here. Am I gonna go through 30? Like, I don't.
Do I take 2 a day or 4 a day?
And now I have a choice between gummies and capsules and quantities. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the choice architecture on this page is not great, because this is interesting. PMS vitamin capsule, PMS gummy vitamin. We've now switched it.
Mm.
So now my brain is categorizing this is a gummy, but this is a vitamin.
Yeah.
Oh, guys.
It's
Oh,
almost
Flo.
like this should be two separate product pages,
There should be
probably.
two separate pages. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, and they probably combine them because I'm sure they got data somewhere that said some of our customers like gummies, some of them like the capsules. So let's just put them on one page and they could pick. My issue is always with choice architecture. Don't make your customers pick more things than they have to. Because this is already getting
to
to
that
be
point,
a lot.
that Natural Heaven page that we had 1 packs, 3 packs, 6 pack, 12 pack, 24, 36. Strip it all back just to a 6 pack and AOV went up and conversion rate went up. So it was
squish it,
exact
squish
same
it
thing.
down.
Just
I
they
feel
buy
like
6
myself.
and then they look for other products to buy from
100%.
other pages. They weren't doing that before.
Oh, choice architecture is so critically important. What you offer people is going to drastically change what they decide to buy. And somebody's going to come at me after they watch this on YouTube and just be like, well, our page is super complicated and we have high AOV and high LTV. I'm like, okay, great. You're an outlier. For most pages, though, this is way too much. Too many decisions to make. So yes, simplify. So yeah. Okay, commitment though. I mean, there's a lot of risk reduction like we talked about, and then reinforcement wise, like I feel pretty smart buying this just because they're doing a decent job about giving me as much information as possible. The only thing I will say is don't make it clickable. If you can, just make it a scanning type of a thing where all I have to do is just scroll and read. The more clicks I have to make on things, the harder it is for me to click on the thing you want me to click on, which is obviously add to cart. So, okay. That was a good one. We're going to go see what Lus Brands is doing. This is actually a brand that I buy hair care from. Mostly because their product is good, but I like looking at what they're doing because they have a similar problem in a different kind of structure. So first they will look at, can you tell what it is? Perception-wise. Okay. I was going to say, you should be able to tell. It's fairly easy. Orientation. Do you know where you are with this one a little bit better than Flo?
Yeah, because this just looks like a typical product page.
It's just a typical product page. Yeah. I know that I'm supposed to shop or buy something on this page. Selection wise, we're going to scroll down a little bit. If you're scrolling as a cold traffic customer, do you know what you're supposed to do next? These guys also have quite a lot to click on. This is interesting. I like this, where it's like I can't click on any of these things, but I can learn something from it. Their text
and
is
I guess showing all of them,
small.
showing all of the hair types kind of then goes, oh, this product works for everybody.
Yeah.
It's like a trust building thing.
100%. Yeah. So a little bit of trust and a little bit of like qualification. This is really interesting. We now have 2 things that this page might be. It might be a quiz and it also might be a product page. If I take this, where does this go? Oh, okay. It opens up a brand new page. So now I'm out of product purchasing.
I didn't open it in a new window either. That just took you straight there.
I would rather this open up in a new window or a pop-up so I can stay on the sales page. So that way, no matter what, I don't lose my spot. You want me to keep in that mode of purchasing. I just want a pop-up quiz that's like, let's roll you through this real quick. We'll show you which one you want, and then we'll take you right back to the shopping page that you were on. Yeah, that would be smart. Okay, other than that, I mean, selection-wise, there's not a whole lot for me to do on this page other than buy. I can kind of click through some of these videos, but they don't take me anywhere else, which is good. I can look through pictures. They still don't move me off the page, which is really good. So I personally, the choice architecture on this page is a whole lot better because there's very limited options. And the options I
I'd say
can
it's better at steering you to the next thing than the other page.
Yeah. The only thing I could do is add to cart or take a quiz. And that's basically it. So yeah, they're actually doing a little bit better here. I will say too, in their buy box is so much simpler. It's really interesting that they can move through different ones though. I wonder how, this is fascinating. So they have 3 different formulas that you can choose. However, and maybe this is, I mean, I might just be a really weird like consumer. The picture doesn't change.
Oh yeah.
This product looks exactly the same. It also says all curl types on here.
Yeah.
So to me, this tells me this product is the same.
That product on the right changed.
Okay, this one did.
One says wavy undules. That one says curly buccals.
Oh, that's fascinating. My issue with it is that the actual image structure didn't change. I should say that.
And that one has kinky curly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The product, they're all the same color. They're all the same design.
Yeah, if they're all the same color and they're all the same design, How do I know this is the right one for me? So this comes down, oh, this is so interesting. Color is pretty important when it comes to choice architecture. If you're going to have products like this, and this is specifically for Oz, who I know has shampoo, like you got to change the color of the packaging. If you're going to say these are 3 different things, they have to look like 3 different things. Because to a consumer, I mean, I didn't even catch that this particular label changes. Darian just has a good eye. They could catch stuff like that. I didn't catch it as a consumer. Like I would have had to look really close. None of these really changed though. All curl types.
The first 2 products are the same in both of them.
Yeah, it kind of looks like just the last one is not, which is fine. You got to change the color though in the image or on the product in particular. Otherwise, I don't notice the difference. Choice architecture. Okay, so interesting. Okay.
Just to play devil's advocate. So let's just say this is a brand we're working with and the client's like, we've got 10,000 units of all of these and we can't change the product packaging. Would it be acceptable to just change the graphic here and you'd put like a different colored background and maybe make it look different?
Yep. If you can't change the product and we got to get rid of this product before we can change the packaging again, please just put it on a different background. Just throw it into Gemini and have it change the color just a little bit. I know that this particular brand, black and pink, that's just their colors and that's what they're focused on. But even if you can change the pink to a different shade, so it's like a lighter pink for one, a medium pink, and then a dark pink, fine. That's good enough. Just, change that background color so I don't have to, again, decipher. You don't want that brain to think at all.
Yeah.
I just want it to be like, okay, wavy, it's a different color. I can tell this is a different product. Now it's for me. Yep.
Yeah.
So interesting on here. Okay. Ooh, I could talk so much about like selection and like how to go about that. But okay, next one on here, commitment wise, is there any risk reduction happening in here? So we've obviously got reviews. We've got a little bit of like installments, although this in my book is not necessarily about risk reduction. It's more about like value and perception.
I have that really tiny love it or it's free 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
so small. Yeah.
This, I wonder, does this take you somewhere? Oh, no. Okay. Don't do this. Brands, please. Oh, please don't do this. Okay.
You'd want that as a pop-up for sure, wouldn't you?
Please, you want it as a pop-up, but please don't send them to a returns policy. Because this tells your customer you're probably going to want to return this.
Yeah.
Let me tell you everything you need to know about returning this product.
Yeah, before you even bought it. Like
before you even bought it. Don't make the assumption for them that you're going to want to return this. So let's give you all the information. Please don't do this, brands. Oh, love it or it's free 100% satisfaction guaranteed should come with some sort of a badge, some sort of like a 5 stars, a happy customer. If they need to go find your return policy, it's down here somewhere, right? It's right here. People will find it. Do not put it in their head that they're gonna want to return it. Please don't do that. Okay, I digress. That scared me. I was like, oh no, that's really bad. Okay, because again, whatever you send people to, the choice architecture that you're building on your landing page is, we're trying to reduce their risk. So this is a good thing, 100% satisfaction guaranteed, but we don't want to send them down a bunny trail of looking into why they would want to do that. Right? And your refund policy probably states, if you don't like it for this reason or this reason, look at all these things that you may not love about the product. Be careful with that. Okay. I digress. That scared me a little bit. Okay. Reinforcement wise, do they feel smart choosing this? I personally do not see as much on this page about why this product is different, because I've seen shea butter and moringa oil on my Target shelf.
Yeah.
Clean, cruelty-free. I've also seen all of these on my Target shelf. Why are you different? Now, this is helping a little bit, but how am I going to feel like a smart, savvy shopper if you don't tell me that it's different? Because I don't,
in like the beauty space there specifically, right? Because it's like all the products are the same. It's like all the claims tend to be the same. The ingredients aren't new.
There's a lot of the same stuff in here. And this is the reason why I think, too, if you're going to be in this particular space for hair care, one of the most important things that you can do is not so much talk about your formulas, because you are going to be very similar to everybody else formula-wise, but you can talk about the fact that we know curls. We know your specific hair, and then go into the science of curly. So they tried to do it here a little bit. But loosest of all curl types, okay, that's general knowledge, right? Prone to less dryness, curly types, but why? You never told me why. You're just giving me a fact sheet. So I would rather this piece be a little bit more built out. So we talk about the fact that wavy hair actually has a scientific pH balance of XYZ. It also bends that direction because the proteins and the keratins in it does XYZ, right? Get way closer in on the customer type and give them the science behind their hair. Because I can't tell you, curly girls are really into the science of their hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife has curly hair, like the middle one, and has like a crap ton of products for it.
Oh my god!
I think pros do a really good job of telling that story.
Yeah, 100%. So Mackenzie says, "Yeah, I love what they're trying to do, but they're applying too much." Yeah, so interesting on here. There's a lot of ways that you could go into this, but if you can't differentiate on your product and your formula, I would so much rather you get on board with teaching people about the science of the hair care, and then just say, you're going to see a lot of the same products in this space, but we make sure that our formulations only have the things that match with your specific scientific hair curl, if that makes sense. So yeah, they're not going far enough on this page. They might have gone a little too far on the past one that we looked at. These guys, I'm like, oh, you could do so much more. Okay, I digress. So feeling smart for choosing this. I want to see way more on this side. They're okay with perception. I know what it is. They're okay with orientation. Obviously, people know where they are and what page they're on. Risk reduction wise, they're doing okay, except for this particular piece of it, which is a little scary. Commitment wise, yeah, I think they could probably do more on the risk side. But reinforcement, I think we need to do more. Just push a little harder into actually aligning with what type of identity these people hold. So, yeah.
What would an example of that be for this one, for example? Like, would you maybe put the buttons underneath these pictures and it's like, improve your curly hair? Here's the tip for you.
So this is hard because I don't like sending people to different places on the page. But if you're going to take our curl quiz, I would put it under each and every one, not just one big button. Mostly because you just told everybody you're different, but all of you get bucketed in the same spot.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care if the 3 buttons go to the same place, same quiz that pops up. But if you're going to say you're different, you have to stay consistent with that message. So everybody gets their own button. And every button is a different color. Your light pink, your medium pink, your dark pink. Same, so that it matches the products above too. Those little things sound ridiculous, and it's like, how that's going to increase conversions? Yes, it is, because I've seen it happen.
It's just like less work for your brain.
Yes, less work for your brain. Yes, oh my God, thank you. I can't tell you, people work so hard on these pages to try and do these types of things where it's like, oh, you can tell Flo puts work into this, trying to decide what needs to go here and how should we lay this out. They're doing a crap ton of architecture to try and make sure people get what they need. But at the end of the day, it's almost too much. There's so much going on in here. It's just like, I can't even think. And I'm not going to go through and do all of this research because I don't really want to become like a PMS vitamin scientist. I just want to fix my cramps this month. That's all. I don't want to do that much work. So yeah, simplification. Okay. Last one we're going to go over is Brez, just because I love these guys and they're so fascinating. Now you want out? You want out and then you want in. You can't decide. Okay, go ahead. In, out. Okay. Brez. All right. So I chose these guys in particular because they're much more on the CPG side of things, and their product is not necessarily easy to describe because, in particular, you kind of have to understand the THC industry a little bit, and you kind of have to understand the nuances and the difference between like THC and marijuana and all those different things, right? So perception wise, can you tell what this is? If you're like a brand new customer, can you tell
Probably
what
not.
Brez is?
Yeah, you kind of need to know some of the brand story because you'd think, is this kombucha? Is it like a mate?
Yeah.
Is that be like a flavored sparkling water?
Is it sparkling water? Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mackenzie. I thought nootropics. Yeah. I thought mushroom. The first time I heard of Brez, obviously, like we know them now, so like it's harder. But I'm like, are you like your mushrooms, nootropics? Like what?
Actually, I thought it was similar to that Magic Mind stuff.
Yes.
Which was
yes. I thought it was maybe like dose, but in a sparkling water, right? Or like what? Like I just couldn't figure out what it was. So yes, very first thing, if you're checking perception on your pages, can you tell what it is? This is tough because you call it an alcohol alternative, but that's not a category. It's not an alcohol alternative is not a category. Spritzer, that's a category. What's another category? Like White Claws would be in kind of their own category, but it's,
like hard cider or something.
Yeah, hard ciders, that's a category. You got to tell me which category you're in. And if you're in a brand new category, that's fine, but I need a name. You got to name it, claim it, which would even be better for them just because they could just be, this is the category we decided to create, which is super difficult, but also fun. So perception wise, can we tell what it is? Not quite, but there's ways that we can kind of work around that. Orientation wise, can you tell where you are, what you're supposed to do on this page?
Yeah.
This is another really good one. They're doing a good job about like, this is literally just a product page. So yeah, all of these are doing a pretty good job. I've seen some pages that are much more complicated than the 3 I chose, but not bad orientation wise. Selection wise, do you guys know what you're supposed to do next?
Well, yeah, like add to cart, but again, the similar thing is like a lot of choices to make here.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
How much
100%
marijuana do I need in this thing, and how many cans do I want to buy?
Yes. How much THC do I need? Now, this is the interesting part because I think Mackenzie, she's like laughing over the comments. I love it. This is not enough for any brand watching this. Please, dear God, add to cart is not the next thing I should do. Because you got all this choice up here that I have to go through to be able to get to add to cart. I can't just click this and get what I want because I don't know if any of this is what I need. So add to carts drive me a little crazy because I wish they acted like mini quizzes. So instead of coming in here and making me decide, I don't know, what's the difference between 2.5 and 5? Like these look exactly the same to me, sort of. I can tell this one's tiny, but these look the same size, don't they? Like, how can I tell which one's which? You can do worlds on the CMO side, not CMO, CRO side, just by making this more obvious. So I love that you're using your cans. That's like a fun little like treatment that you've done on the architecture here. Problem is, I as the customer cannot tell the difference between these two. I can only tell that this one's slightly smaller.
It would probably be better to have like a little weed leaf there and have like half a weed leaf for the small one, and then like a full weed leaf. And like
I love it.
The other one,
That would
like
be
that's
so
the first step.
good.
Would be choose your strength.
Yes. Choose your strength should be the dosage, not the can. This says choose your size to me. It doesn't say choose your dosage. So, Darian's so smart. Yes, with choice architecture here, you have to be so careful about what you're actually communicating visually, because right now you're communicating size. You're not communicating dosage. Oh, okay. Now this is tough too, because now we've got another choice to make. This is Black Friday savings event. So 12 pack saves 10, 24 saves 15. Oh no, 48 saves 35, 96 saves 125. Guys. Oh, okay. Sarah gets so mad about this type of stuff because I am bad at math. I hate to break it to you people. I'm real good at people, real good at psychology. So bad at math. Please don't do this. If you're going to end it with an even number, end it with an even number. Don't try and make me do 24 into 15. Like, don't make me do this. Like, this stresses Sarah out.
Here's how many cans you're getting. Here's how much you're saving. It doesn't help you work out what the cost, what's even the cost of that?
Yes. Don't just slap a price on here and then assume that I'm going to be good enough at math to know what to do, because I'm not. And Sarah's the average.
Like, how well do these guys do from like e-com sales versus in store? Like, is a big percentage of their sales e-com?
Breeze exploded mostly because they are in kind of a new category that was like in a white space. There wasn't anybody in there, so that helped a lot. I have not seen too much data this year. I need to go ask Shaq what he does with this one, but I haven't seen the data on retail versus e-com.
I keep seeing him posting photos from like Sprouts and
I know they do well.
Retail outlets. Which it would make this seems to be an easier product to buy in retail, because you would just go to the shelf and go, 6-pack or 24-pack.
100%. Yes. So much easier to buy this in retail. So I get that they're trying to take their retail experience and put it in e-com. You can't do that. You can't, because I can see it. If I'm shopping on a shelf, I can grab 24 of these and immediately understand $15. I can't do that in an e-com space unless you show me. Like, unless this is a picture of 12 cans together and then slap a $15 on it, that would make sense logically. But If you don't give me visuals, I have no idea what I'm supposed to buy here. Okay, so we got an issue now. We've got this kind of swaying my decisions a little bit. I'm trying to do the math between 24 and 15, 48 and 35, which is so difficult. Please just make these end and even numbers for my sake. Now I got to decide. Now this is really interesting.
Yeah, 16
if I have a
pack.
12 pack, it says saves $10. But now I've got $60 and $5 per can, but that's not what you said here. Where's the savings? Okay, let's do one-time purchase and see if it'll do it. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing
Which
they
is
probably
fine.
just
Okay.
stuck that in there for Black Friday, and it probably doesn't exist on that page most of the year.
I think they're trying their hardest to push Black Friday, but you're actually making the architecture here so difficult for people because this isn't reflected in the button you're pushing. Save $15. This should say you just saved $15.
Yeah.
You need to copy paste it. Otherwise, where is my $15? Like, where did I? It's nowhere on here. So, and again, some of this is literally just like, if you've done CRO for a while, you're going to notice these things pretty quickly. If you're just brand new, or if you're like the lead on these landing pages and CRO is a part of it, what we do, but not everything, look at this stuff because it really does make a huge difference. Because as a consumer, I can't tell what the heck I'm getting, which makes it real easy for me to just click this X button and kick out. So we won't pick on them too much more. But selection-wise, there's lots of opportunity for Brez in here to come in and really pare it back. Please don't give me this. This is insane. Like, I know that what you're trying to do here is make it easier for people to get the exact amounts that they want, but this is so much choice for the brain that it's actually easier if you pare it down to 3, 4, or maybe 5 choices tops. This is a lot of work that the brain is doing right now, trying to figure out all this stuff. Oh, yeah, and you got even more choices down here. Okay, yep. Too many choices causes the brain to dip out. So you might, I mean, even if this page is converting really well and you're seeing good stacks on it, like just by changing a few of these things, you can get even better results by making it easier for people to make a decision. So, yep. Okay. Risk reduction. We've got reviews, which is a little helpful. This is interesting because this is a little bit of education and sort of a risk reduction. Legal. This is more feature focused, so I wouldn't call this a risk reduction per se. We've got pause, skip, or cancel any time, so there's a risk reduction. I don't see almost anything else.
Yeah, there's nothing that says like guaranteed to enjoy it or anything.
Oh, broken button. Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't even read the reviews because that's going to a hashtag reviews. So, yep. Uh-oh, broken button. I don't see any other risk reduction in here other than, okay, we got reviews, so that's good. Nothing else. Interesting. Okay, yeah, so they could be doing a lot better about understanding, like helping people understand risk, especially for products like this. If you are tied to the marijuana industry or have any affiliation with it, obviously THC and marijuana are two totally different things. We know this. But in the US, this is still something that a lot of just normal everyday consumers do not know. So you got to do a lot better job of helping them understand, not necessarily that like this type of stuff where it's like it's legal, you know, no hangovers, you're not going to get high off it. That's important. I'm talking about like, if I buy this product, am I going to regret it? You only have just a few things in here that are telling me maybe I won't regret this. Yeah, we need more of that. Okay, last one on here, reinforcement. Do I feel smart purchasing this? This one's a tough one for me because I feel like you have to be a pretty well-educated customer to come in here and know any of these things about the product. So, yeah.
Given that they go so hard on the influencer stuff, maybe there's more on the front end. It's like giving people enough to understand what it is when by the time they hit this page.
It's totally possible. This is the toughest part, is they're making me read.
It's like some small fonts too.
Yeah, small fonts, like not a whole lot of information. It just makes me feel like, maybe to your point, they expected me to come in with knowledge. Which might not be the case. So it's possible that their influencers are just doing a really good job about educating on the front end of the funnel, which if that's happening, then keep it. But yeah,
I know
for
they spend a
anybody,
lot on that app loving
yes, yeah.
influencer thing stuff. So like,
Stuff. This is the tough one. I personally would rather see more on this page, but it depends on if this is a cold traffic page or you're just really are going after like mid funnel, bottom of funnel people. In general, though, the only person that I saw that had a decent amount of risk reduction was these guys. Yeah, they did a great job, honestly. They have a good team that are looking at this stuff really closely. Okay. I love doing this stuff because I find it really interesting.
With that page where it says less than 3% of people return, I was thinking, that's cool. Like, I like that. But it does make me think, oh, some people actually return this.
Yes.
Like,
okay.
So what's the risk reward there?
Yep. And now, okay, you've gotten to the crux of this, which I really, really love, and we should dig into this. When it comes to stuff like this, you got to be careful about which framing you're using. So instead of saying less than 3% of people return this product, I would rather you say 97% of people keep this product. Keep it, not return it. Because you just told me the default is at least a few return.
Yeah. Now that makes me think, like,
God, 100%.
What if I'm one of the 3% and I'm going to deal with getting my money back from these guys?
They have done a study on this actually for eco-friendly products where they talked about the fact I can't remember which entity did it, but some scientific entity, I think it was a university, went out and put out these signs that said, 3% of people litter in this particular park. And they saw that littering actually increased week over week until they changed the sign to say 97% of people throw away their trash in the trash bin.
Yeah.
And then it started to drop. So yeah, when you're doing risk reduction, you got to be careful about which framing of risk you're using. Because right here, you're telling people returning the product is an option and it's something people do.
Yeah.
You want to say they keep
and
it,
got a ton
not
of reviews. So now it's like, man, 3% of 8,000 or whatever is like quite a lot of returns still.
Yes, 100%. Framing is critical for landing pages, and that comes into that risk reduction kind of commitment style piece of this, like we talked about. So good catch.
Yeah.
That's a thing, a very, very important thing. You have to kind of look. Okay. Any questions on this? I have like a document that I'm going to give you guys so you can take a look at like when we go through landing pages real quick. Let's just do a check before we launch it. Perception, what is it? Orientation, where are they? Obviously, selection is, are we making it hard for them to actually make a decision? Which, Darren, you've already done on a couple different brands. And like, it's so interesting when you start paring it down and making it easier for them to make a decision how fast some of these like
the filter all the time is like, how do we just get out of their way to be able to buy
Get
stuff?
out of
Like,
the
what's
way.
in their way here? Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Last two on there, obviously commitment. When does that risk disappear? And then reinforcement. Do I feel smart choosing this type of stuff? So I find it so interesting. The only one that I want to look at, which I found really interesting on this side, unless you guys have any more questions or anything you want to dive into.
No, that was awesome.
I love this. I was like, I have to create a framework around this because it's so interesting. This
I actually
is
think
one
this
of
is the reason the ads work so well. Like,
yes.
like there's actually more ROI on the pages than there is on like coming up with a new ad.
Yes. Thank you. And I know everybody's just, especially today, day and age, I've heard a lot of people talk about the fact that like CRO is just like snake oil. I disagree.
No, yeah, it's like the ads are the snake oil. Like you can run the shittiest ads and get sales. Like if the page is good.
Oh my God, yes. And I don't think people understand that like there are some CRO agencies that may not have this level of education and knowledge about this type of stuff. So take it with a grain of salt that you got to partner with a good agency or a good professional, whoever they are. But choice architecture, that's what CRO is doing. They're not necessarily just changing button colors. They're coming in here and taking a look at it and saying, this is really hard to get through this page. Like, are you sure people know what to do? Because we're in it all day long, marketers, and it's difficult for us sometimes to pull far enough back to say, this is actually really difficult. So to your point, yes, this is incredibly important. I want to show you guys one of the most complex ecosystems I've seen from a CRO standpoint. I think there's some things in this checklist of 5 that they do really well, but look at how many things you can pick on this page. I was like, what? And like, they've got, I mean, so many things. There's no way for me to know as a consumer what the heck I'm supposed to do on this page. Should I read review?
Here's a thought, because of all the research
my
I've been
God.
doing for that men's fitness brand that I'm working on.
Mm-hmm,
This actually kind of makes sense because they're targeting men. And something that we've noticed is that by like offering up like the colors that complement other colors, it's just selling way more volume. I think that comes back to the fact that like most guys, like once they find a t-shirt that they like, will just go and buy it in every color.
Yes.
So whilst this
Very
seems
true.
overwhelming, this actually simplifies it, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, I know I'm going to like the shirt. So like, what kind of color palette can I buy?
Can I buy every shirt?
Yeah.
All the colors
the six pack with the
yeah.
dark gray and black. That's the colors I wear. Cool. Done.
That I will concede to you that this is definitely a dude kind of a system, which I agree with. My issue with it is that you're showing me what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're showing me 10 options and a 10-pack and a 6-pack and a 3-pack and singles and sizing before I can even select anything.
Yeah.
Oh man! And I could join an insiders club, and I could also change.
Do those
the style
pictures change if you change? Because you've got it set on a 6-pack, and they're all 6-packs, right? Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
if you change it to,
it'll change to the 3.
Yeah.
And then change to the single. Oh my God, and look at this. Oh, it's a lot. And so this is my only suggestion for these guys. If you're going to do something like this, where your page is highly complex in an attempt to help guys get more of what they want, increase AOV, whatever it is, maybe don't show all 10 options. Start with 5. And then again, I would copy and paste this ecosystem for your email, right? For your warm traffic, then show 5 or 10, for your warm traffic.
Yeah.
Only show 5 for your cold. Make it
It'd
easier
be really
for your
interesting
cold
to look at like how many people buy one and then come and buy a 6-pack versus how many people buy a 6-pack and then buy like another 6-pack.
Yes.
Like I wonder what that looks like.
I would want to know because I need to talk to some people, obviously, at True Classic to see what this is converting at. But I am not convinced that this many options, especially for guys who want the simplicity of like, I'm just trying to find one shirt that fits and buy it in 5 colors.
Yeah, just so
I don't know that this is doing much. Yeah, doing much for them. And I get that you're trying to show everything all at once, but guys, pare it back just a little. Help people get to just one choice. And then once they're hooked, yeah, absolutely. Bring in all the options for the people who just love you, can't get enough of you. So that's my other call. Okay. I digress. We will stop picking on the brands today. Any other questions on this? Anything you guys want to look at?
No, that's good. I tested out that ChatGPT browser and it's really good.
Oh,
like,
good.
Even for doing some of the research, like I'll pull up Reddit and be like, hey, I'm looking for insights around this. And it will have the threads up there and it'll read all the threads. And it goes,
my God.
This one has some stuff you're looking for. This one has some stuff like,
I love
and it just goes into a chat and then you can access it back in ChatGPT and pull it into projects and stuff. So
I love
it's worth getting if you,
Okay. I need to go look at that tool because I have been waiting to test it out, mostly because I'm a little worried I'm going to get overwhelmed. Half the time I just leave stuff for a second because I'm like, as a marketer, I don't even know if I can handle any more data inside my brain. But this sounds kind of nice to be able to go to Reddit and just ask chat, can you take a look at this and tell me what's in here? Yeah. That's super helpful.
And it's just like, it'll open up all the threads in a search.
Ooh,
so like it's going into them and reading them. So like that would take me just time to go through. Now I can just type in a theme that pulls them all up and I'm like, find the ones in here that give me answers on this.
Yeah. Mackenzie says, is this the GigaBrain? What is that one called?
No, it's ChatGPT Atlas. It's like the ChatGPT browser.
Atlas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Fascinating. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anything else? Anything you guys? I have a child who's coming in. Good timing. Good time. I'm so glad you liked it, Mackenzie. You want to say hi to everybody? Say hello.
How's it going?
We're coming in right at the end of the call. Okay. If that's it, that's all we have for this week. Next week, I'll send out more topics to you guys if you want to, I don't know. Yeah. Decide what you guys want to learn next week as well. But I would love to see Darian and Mackenzie, anybody else in here, if you're doing CRO level tests, post it in the school and then we'll see what everybody's kind of working on, what everybody's testing, because I'm so interested in this stuff.
As soon as Black Friday's over, I'm back on it.
100%. All right. Thank you guys.
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Oh boy.